Rabotai, good morning. The Shulchan Aruch in Siman Mem Zayin in Halacha Yur Aleph speaks about what happens if a person, after saying Birkot Torah, learning Torah during the day, then he went ahead and he fell asleep on his bed. Yesterday we spoke about what happens if he falls asleep, on the chair. But today what happens if he went ahead and he had a fixed sleep on his bed, even a half an hour, even with his clothes on? Does he have to go back and repeat the bracha during the day when he wants to relearn Torah again? So the halakha says, Shanat keva bayom al mitato, havi hefsek. A person who sleeps a fixed sleep on his bed, even if with your clothes on, that's considered to be an interruption between the blessing of the Torah and the learning of the Torah. Therefore, according to the Stam opinion, you have to go back and you have to re-bless the barakah again. However, he says, V'yesh omrim dulo havi hefsek. There are those that say that it's not considered to be an interruption. We know the rule is Stam v'yesh halacha ke Stam. Over here the Shulchan Aruch says something fascinating. He says V'chen nahagu, and so to the minhag is like the yesh omrim.
Hello, lie down there.
Rabotai, comes the Mishabur says, in the name of the Lechem Chamodot, he says, V'li niro, he says, it seems to me, Sha'mevarech tavo alav beracha. One who's going to bless the Birkot Torah, may Hashem bless him. Because if you already went to sleep, that's considered to be a Seichadat, because it's on your bed, so you have to re-bless. V'chen nahag morim mahari levarech. So too he said, my master, the Mahari, also used to bless. V'chen iskima pri chadash ve'al yerabah b'shem harbe rishonim v'achronim. Many rishonim achronim say if you fell asleep on your bed during the day after you said the bracha, you have to re-bless again. V'chen katav hagra. So too the Gaon Vilna wrote this. V'chen hitzik ha'chay adam l'halakha. So too the Chay Adam, he copied this l'halakha. Like the Stam opinion, that you have to go back and bless before you start learning Torah. Says the Mishnah Berurah, Hasomech ala poskim shechizkarnu umevarech lo hifsid. One who's going to rely on the rabbis that we just mentioned, he's not going to lose out on anything. Rabotai, after I brought down all of these poskim, la halakha, what do we have to do now? It's really a machloket, because the problem is, stam v'yesh halakha kestam. But over here, there's a bigger problem. The Shulchan Aruch himself says, V'chen nahagu, and so to the minhag is like the yesh omrim, not to bless, because he says it's not considered to be an interruption. So therefore, Rabotai, we're going to say that if a person fell asleep during the day on his bed, safek berachot lakel. Since it's a machloket, we're going to tell you when it comes to blessings, one has to be lenient and one is not allowed to bless. Now, what is the nafkamina? What's going to be the practical difference? Here we go, Rabotai. A person wakes up 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. He gets up, he says Birkot HaShachar, he says Birkot HaTorah. Then he falls asleep. For half an hour, he says, let me go back to sleep. Now he has to come back and he has to daven. And in the 8 o'clock minyan, since we're telling you right now, Safek Berachot Lakel, you shouldn't bless. So Rabotai, what are you going to do, Rabotai, to fulfill all opinions? If you guys remember, we spoke about Ahavat Olam. The blessing before Shema, which is Ahavat Olam, when you're going to have that, when you're going to say that bracha, have that in mind that it should be in the place of Birkot Torah. Or Rabotai, if it's a Monday and a Thursday, when you're saying the bracha of Asher B'charbanu, when you're going up to the Torah, have that in mind in order for that to be in place of Birkot Torah. But Rabotai, we see over here how important it is not to go to sleep during the day on your bed, because you're going to push yourself into this machloket. Same thing. Everybody naps on Shabbat. You are correct. So we're going to tell you, you're not allowed to bless. Right, we're going to tell you, you're not allowed to bless. That's a very good point. On Shabbat, correct. B'ezrat Hashem, we're gonna see tomorrow that if this happens at night, it's a whole different ball game. Okay, but yeah. Okay. Rabotai, in the Sefer Ein Lamo Michshol, he's going to speak today about people that discourage other people when they buy something or when they do something. We have to be very careful not to discourage people from what they buy or from what they do. He says over here, Adam shekana chavetz mehashuk. If you have a person, he went and he brought a product from the street. Ubal lishol et chaveru. And he came to ask his friend, Ma dato al hachafetz? What does he think about the product? Ve'al hamichir sheyishilem bavuro, and on the price that he paid for it. Rabotai, listen to this. Ve'oto hachafetz lo matza chen b'nei oto hachaver. What he brought, his friend doesn't like it. Ein ze derech eretz leganot et hachavez b'nei hakoneh. It is not derech eretz, Rabotai, to start degrading the object in the eyes of the buyer. You come to your friend, you say, look at this, look what I bought. I bought a watch, 26,500.
You overpaid.
I overpaid, forget it, I don't like it. Who asked you? Hey, okay, he can't, but who asked you to tell you the truth right now? Why are you making him feel like garbage? Wow, you have to tell him, why it's nice, I like it. How much you pay? 26? Wow, you really got a bargain. No, he says. He says, even if you overpaid. Rabotai, listen to this. Why can't I tell him the truth? Let me tell him the truth. Because you're going to cause him pain. Who gave you permission to cause another person pain? Rather encourage him. Praise the object. Wow, you did a very good thing. What about lying? Maybe I'm lying. I am lying. Do not be right now concerned with the whole prohibition of sheker. Do not try to be a tzaddik right now. Even if the object does not find any favor in your eyes. We don't, Rabotai, that's not, they didn't come to you to hear your real opinion. They want to make sure what they did, it's a good buy. Rabotai, do you know the Rav Chaim brings down that if you ask a lot of people today, who's considered to be a thief? Who steals? So you know people have everybody to point on, correct? Rabotai, do you know that if I'm able to sell an object, let's say for $15,000, and then you come and you tell me, Gabi, you tell me, oh Rabbi, you know this object, I could have bought it for 14,000. Do you know with that you're doing Easter from the Torah? By causing me pain? You're not allowed to do that. Rabotai, says the Rav Chaim, if you take away somebody else's parnasa, by telling him that you could have bought this object in a cheaper way, in a less expensive manner, you just made him lose his parnasa, you consider it to be a ganav. One is not allowed to do that, Rabotai. The guy is selling a car for 30,000. I come, Aaron, don't buy the car for 30,000. Over there, it's 26.5. Right now, I just stole from him indirect. I'm not helping him. I'm not helping Asur. You're not allowed to. No. You could tell him you should do your research. I'm not sure. You can't save your money. You're not allowed to say over there is expensive, over here is cheap. What? No, go is not. I'm talking about a Jew. You're not allowed to cause a loss to a Jew, even indirectly. If you do that, you're considered to be stealing indirectly from him. And this is what happens. Everybody's always trying to, don't go there. You go to that restaurant, oh, it's expensive. Over there is better. You can't say that who gave. You know, you have all these reviews that they write today. Yeah. Rabotai, all these things are sure to do. Who gave you permission? If because of you he's losing business, you finish, you'll be held accountable.
Don't hire them. I know someone you can get it cheaper. What if you say, I like, let's say my father-in-law has a supermarket, whatever. But I like to go to a better place, a special place, because their foods is more natural, more better. Can I say that or not?
So you have certain preferences.
I'm sitting on the table, they ask me, what do you buy? You buy from your father? I go, no, I go to another place because it's all natural.
I have different preferences.
So I shouldn't say that.
You should not speak down on any business. You should not speak down on any person.
I'm not.
You're saying I won't buy there.
On the table. I like the foods. Where you get it? Do you get it from your father-in-law? I go, no, I get it from another place.
Okay, so no,
I like
but
the
no problem.
flowers.
No problem. No problem. You can say I buy it from another place.
But they ask me why. I go, because this food is better. I like
Better products, more expensive. That's your
I'm
problem.
allowed to say
Of
that.
course, that's better. That's your preference. Your person wants to drive a Honda. He wants to drive a Mercedes Benz. You can drive whatever you want. Why don't you drive a Honda? Because I don't like a Honda. I want to drive. I have a higher taste.
I cannot say, oh, his food is not that.
No, you can't say that his foods are inferior to the other guys.
I can't say
No, let him do his own research. Rabotai, when people call me for shidduchim, they put me as a rabbi and the rest of me. I don't know why they even put me. I'm never going to say anything good about it. I'm afraid. I don't know what this guy does on the side. No, I'm serious. I tell the people, I tell the girls, I said, do your due diligence. Do your research.
Do your own research.
Do your own research. I can't tell you anything. I'm not allowed to. I'm afraid.
Do your own research is what the reviews are. You have to ask people, 3-4 people, to say this place serves bad food, the other place is good food. But that's what asking.
But I'm asking you a question. When you say that the service is a bad place, correct? Based whose opinion?
Everybody's opinion. I asked, this is exactly what he tells
Majority.
He's telling us majority.
It's a very big problem. It's a very big problem when we say it's
Tell somebody to do their own research. That's not doing their research.
what
You're
we're
already
asking
giving
you.
them a hint.
no. Why? No. People have to do their due diligence. You can't just go and just.
Rabbi, I went to a restaurant. Let's say the guy asked me how was I go, oh my God, you don't know. I had such stomach aches yesterday. Forget about it.
Why? How do you know it's that? How do you know it's because of? No. How do you know it's because of that? How do you know that's the cause?
What do you mean?
How do you know that's the cause?
Maybe it was before that.
I don't know. I can't.
Before that, everything was amazing.
Well, everybody else also had a stomach ache.
A few more people had a stomach.
I don't know. I'm
I'm
not.
allowed to say that?
That's what the reviews is about.
I know, but the reviews you have to be careful because you can kill the people's parnas away. They could always better themselves. They can always change their menu. You can go if you tell me right now. I spoke to the boss. I spoke to the owner. I told him this and this and this and this, and he doesn't make any changes to one thing. But if you're just going out and you're making your own changes, for the owner, that's a problem. Speak to the owner first. You're killing his parnas away.
It's a matter of opinion, but you look, majority of people, they say, okay, this place is good, this place is okay. You follow the majority, correct? Everybody says
That's a problem. So now when you tell me that this place is okay and this place is not okay, and a lot of people start going to him, you just took away parnas from that guy. You shouldn't say that. That's what we're trying to learn here.
Isn't that what doing your due diligence? Isn't that you doing your own research?
No, you have to do your research. You have to do your research.
I'm doing my research. I'm looking at
But it has to be honest. This is after you already spoke to the owner. After you did your due diligence with the owner, not just to go and just speak. Everybody became today their own owners, giving their opinion on the restaurant. Maybe that day was a bad day. Maybe that restaurant that day had a bad quality food. We can't pinpoint just in one time that we went.
It was the bill that gave him a stomach ache.
I go to a restaurant, if I see his reviews, I go to the owner, sir, you have bad reviews. You gotta fix the reviews before I eat in this place. I can't do that. It's embarrassing. I'm going to restaurants that I like, but he has bad reviews. I should go to the owner before I eat and say,
No, not you. Not you should go to the owner. You shouldn't tell other people that is bad. I'm trying to tell you we shouldn't. I'm not telling you we shouldn't tell other people that is bad. You know that is bad. Okay, so you don't go.
Keep it to yourself.
Right, keep it. But I don't have to go ahead and tell other people that is bad. That's what we're trying to tell you over here. You're not allowed to.
how about it's not reliable, please?
What the hechsher? If that's an issue, you have to tell them. If there's no hashgacha or if the mashgich doesn't know from left to right, you have to tell them that what is it? No, when it comes to prohibitions, you have to keep people away from doing averot. So again, this is what we're trying to tell you. When somebody is doing something, you're not allowed to say anything bad on that product. We have no right to say it. Let other people see it for them. Nothing's gonna happen. What they're gonna do? Okay, let them lose a few $100, big deal. But as long as we don't embarrass another person, we don't cause pain to other people. This is the problem with us today. We think that what the majority of the people do, we think that's the halakha. That's not the halakha. We got to be very careful when we give our 2 cents on something. The Rav Chaim says, if because of you, he just lost parnasa, you should know you just stole from him indirectly. You'll be held responsible in Shemaim for this. You will be held responsible. How's that fair? I go to this guy, I'm about to buy a watch, for example, 10,000. Gabi says, Rabbi, over there I have 8,000. Is he wrong? He's right. Did he do anything? No, he's trying to help the rabbi. But that's where he messed up. Because of him, now I didn't buy from this guy. I have to do my homework. Not he has to do my homework for me.
What if you don't know?
So that's my problem. Why should it be your problem? My problem, not your problem.
2000 that you almost did it.
If it's Gabi, if it's your wife, if it's your children, you could tell them, please don't buy over here, don't shop over here. It's expensive. I won't be able to afford this.
What if
Go.
I care about you? You say you don't
Don't-
want
don't.
a nice refrigerator. I went to this guy. He's good. I like it. I tell you, no, he's not that great, because I know people that dealt with him. He sells broken items.
So you have to be very careful.
I'm not allowed to say that.
You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful, Gabi. You can go ahead, you can make your product better, but you shouldn't.
I want to do something good for another Jew.
You have to be very careful. You got to be very careful with this. It's not a joke because you're playing with the person's parnasa. People with these reviews, people kill other people without even knowing. You understand? They write their opinion. It's bad. That's it. It's gone. For you, it might be bad. Maybe for somebody else, it's going to be good. For you, it might be expensive. For somebody else, it's not expensive. It's really a matter of opinion. Where do you draw the red line to tell me that this is right? How am I supposed to know that? Everybody has to see for himself. There's no reason for us to go and speak bad about other. I don't get why we have nothing else to do but to go speak about other stores. Do you like Reserve Card or do you like Doma? Do you like, I don't know, Fego, Shmeir? I don't know. How am I supposed to? Go see for yourself. What am I? People call me, Rabbi, how is this hex over here? Is this reliable place? What about the meat? What, do I look like a mashgiach to you? Am I there? Go ask the mashgiach. I'm telling you the truth. I never give a person a definite answer. What do I need it for? Is it expensive? No, go see for yourself. Nothing's gonna happen. Let them, one time they're gonna pay, they're gonna learn. They're gonna see for themselves. Okay, Rabotai, so he says over here, from where do we learn this out? From where do we learn this out that you're allowed to lie and not say the truth just to make sure that we don't cause them pain? So he brings down the Gibor Masechet Ketubot in page 16 and 17. It says over there, Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, Keitzad mirakdin lefnei hakala. How does one dance before the kala? Not chas v'shalom, how does one dance? You cannot dance before the kala. I'm saying, there's no mixed dancing chas v'shalom. Rashi says, Ma umrim befanecha. What are you allowed to say in front of her? Right? So there's a machlok between Beis Shammai and Beit Hillel. Beis Shammai says, Kala kemoshehi. You have to say according to her beauty and according to her importance. If she's beautiful, you say she's beautiful. If she's ugly, you say she's ugly. That's Beis Shammai. Straight to the point. Ubeit Hillel omrim no. Kala na'av v'chasuda. No. She's a beautiful kala. Even if she's ugly, you have to say she's beautiful. Maybe she's beautiful for him, not for you, but for him she's beautiful. Amru lahem Beis Shammai leBeit Hillel. Beis Shammai said to Beit Hillel, 1 second. Hareisha etahu chigeret osuma. He said, 1 second. What happens if she was lame? Or she was blind? She can't walk. She's limping. Omrim la kala na'av v'chasuda. What are we going to tell? We're going to tell you're a beautiful bride? What kind of lie is this? Torah amra, there's a Torah prohibition, midvar sheker tirchak. Distance yourself from falsehood. So they tell Beit Hillel, how can you lie? Amru lahem Beit Hillel le Beit Shammai. So Beit Hillel said back to Beit Shammai, lidvarechem, according to your words, mi shelakach mekach ra'a min hashuk. Here we go. God, listen to this. Somebody who bought a bad product from the street, yeshebechenu be'enav or yige'enu be'enav. Are you going to praise him? Are you going to praise what he bought, or are you going to disgrace? You're going to, what you bought is garbage. Right? Like you're telling me, refrigerator case. Don't go there. Have omer yeshebechenu be'enav. You're going to tell me what? You have to praise him. Mikan amru chachamim. From here the chachamim say, La'olam te'da'ato shel adam me'orevet im habriot. A person always has to get along with people. You have to be able to tell people what they want to hear when it comes to what they bought. I'm not telling people now to go start buying things and overpaying for that I'm not saying. What I am saying is that they have to do their own homework. You understand? Let them do it. You don't have to give them your opinion 100%. Say, look, I've tried this. For me, this works. For me, this doesn't work. Maybe for you, it's going to work. That's it. But you can't go and tell him, don't buy from him because he's expensive, and over there is better because it's cheaper.
Like a neutral answer, right?
Yeah, you want to stay neutral, correct. You want to stay neutral. Rabotai, the Tosfot read says, "Shetzarich lomar lechaveru davar hamitkabel." You have to say to your friend something that he's going to accept from you. Af api sheomer sheker, even though you're saying sheker. A guy gets married, Avraham. He's already married. Oh, Chonuk Soz. But finish. That's it. Commit suicide. Why? You got a wife, who knows? Why? For what? V'chen muvor b'ritva. So the Ritva brings down. Shekol davar shu mishum darchei shalom. En bo mishum midvar shecher tirchak. Anything, Rabotai, which is going to bring peace between one another, you don't have the problem of lying. You are allowed to lie to make peace between one another. Ube'orchel Chaim l'Rabbeinu Asher katav, al tegane mekach chavercha. Do not degrade the purchase of your friend. Ve'al tachlish dato, and do not discourage him. Rabotai, can you imagine how that feels? You bought a car, you got a lease. Who's doing a leasing company? $1,000 a month. Huh? I don't have to teach her. I got the same lease for $600. For what? For what? For what you just said that? For you want to make you feel like garbage. The whole point, Gabi, is what we want to try to do is we want to try to prevent causing people pain. This causes is people that don't have the understanding, who lack understanding. Rabotai, we gotta be careful over here with other people's feelings. Again, if I come to you, Gabi, and I tell you, I want to buy a refrigerator, because that's what you do. I will ask you, give me what is the best refrigerator. Tell me, Rabbi, this is the best refrigerator. Don't tell me over there, they sell the best. Tell me what's good, that's finished. You don't have to speak down on somebody else just to make something else better. You know that there's two ways to build people, you know that, right? Now, how do you build? You have two people standing in front of you. How do you build one? Either you really, really build the person up without touching the other guy, or you break the other guy down, and that's how he's already built. You say he's better than him. You understand? We have to be very careful when it comes to these things. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen. Amen. Rabbi Chanan, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem,